What's up, y'all? It's been a minute because I've been trying to bring something to you guys a little bit different, and it stopped me from just doing the basic. This is basic. I was trying to do something a little bit more elaborate, but I haven't quite got there yet. But I will soon, and this is going to improve. But until that time, I got to bring you this. And today we're going to be talking about long-term mindset. This, of course, has to do with your marketing, okay? And the cycle of marketing. You guys probably don't know, but on average, it takes people 3 to 5 times before they recognize something new in their world. So if you have a product or your new company that's on the block, it's gonna take somebody 3 to 5 times of them hearing your name, seeing your name here and there before they even recognize that you exist, which is crazy, right? Because, and this is on average, but it's crazy. You have a conversation with somebody, they hear your name, and they still won't even remember you because people's lives are complicatedly busy. So you've got to understand that. It's not you, it's people's lives. It's the way things are these days. So you've got to develop a long-term mindset strategy. You have to realize that sometimes it's going to take more than once or twice or 3 or 5 times before people even recognize who you are and begin to even tune into your message. I mean, honestly, I know it can be annoying because we're a very fast-paced society that wants everything done right now. I totally get it. But if you're in business, if you are planning to be in business for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, then you have to develop a long-term mindset for your marketing. That means that if you try something for a month and it doesn't work out right away, or even 2 months, or even 3 months, you may need to give it some more time. Gotta cook it. You know, you ever had that food, you know, or spaghetti. Spaghetti is a good example. The next day cold spaghetti right before you warm it is like the best because it's been allowed to marinate. Now, I know last night you were hungry and you ate it and it was still good. But when you let the flavors marinate, it just gets better. And that's how your marketing is. That's how it has to be. You have to be thinking long term. So in the life cycle, when you put out an ad, let's say you put an ad out on, you know, Facebook. This is supposed to be Facebook, right? Zuckerberg's thing. All right, there's Facebook, right? And it's out there, it's floating. The first time, people may not click on it, okay? They may just scroll right past it. You may have targeted perfectly, but they may not click on it. The second time, they may not click on it. They may not click on it for 5 times, okay? Now, some people would say, oh, you should make a better ad. And yes, in some instances it's true, but what it is, it's staying in front of their face, especially if you're a local business, a local organization, you want to make sure that you're staying in their face. Once they've decided to click on your ad because you've either adjusted it or they finally have put it in. You ever like gone driving a car, and I think the word is reticular activator, and somebody can correct me if that's right or wrong, but you know, if you like drive, let's say you go test drive a new Audi, right? And then you get out of the car, you haven't made a decision whether or not you want to buy the car yet. But don't you notice you always see more Audis or Volkswagens or whatever you're driving? That's because in your consciousness, you've just dealt with this experience. So now it becomes alive to you. That's the same thing with marketing. You have got to activate that pathway in people's mind for your product or service and what they're dealing with in their very busy lives. So even after that, as I've explained before, you want to make sure that you capture their name, email address, and phone number. Preferably cell phone numbers, name, email address. I call it the NEP. You can say pen backwards, whatever, okay? Then you want to follow up. Now, they may not FU, well, not FU, but follow up. FU stands for follow up. So FU, okay? Follow up. You want to follow up. Your first email, they may ignore. Your first text, they'll see it, but they may not act on it. What do? You continue to hit them. You continue to come back and run ads. You continue to market and hit them. If you know people need your product or service, you can continue to be out there. But you just can't give up, and you have to be consistent. You have to have a long-term mindset in your marketing. Have to spend some money. Now, you know, here at Sublime, you know what I'm saying? We are about, if you spend money, you got to make money back. That's what we're about here. So when you're spending money, expect to see a return. That return may not just come back right away, right? When you plant a seed in the ground as a farmer, it doesn't just, you don't just get the wheat or whatever. Hopefully you're not eating the wheat and that gluten no more. I'm just kidding. But, if you put rice in the ground or the plant or whatever, it doesn't just not one day things come back. It takes a little bit of time. But slowly but surely, you'll see things start to happen after a while. So patience is a virtue when it comes to marketing, when it comes to digital marketing. But having things and setting up a plan right from the beginning is important. So think about the follow-up. Like I said in the earlier video, the fortune's in the follow-up. And you have to make sure that you are continuously hitting people because they may not do business with you for a while. That's just the truth. But by following up with them, they will ensure that. And if you're in business, going to be in business for a while, that's your plan. I hope it's your plan. Then, or unless you're going to sell, of course. But if your plan is to be in business for a while, you may not get that customer for a couple years. But so what? The thing is to bring them back to you because you're out there, because they know about you. So this is a cycle. Ad, capture of information, follow up. Okay, and follow-up just doesn't have to be email. It doesn't just have to be a text message. It can also be another ad running to them in a different medium. Maybe you send them to YouTube. All right. I'm just trying to open up your mind to the possibility of what you can do with your marketing and how you should be thinking about it, how it's shifting and how it's changing, and what is going to be required if you're going to get ROI, get money from the marketing dollars you're investing. So I'd love to hear your comments about other ways you think you could follow up. This is Ken Henderson, aka Lord Lime Rock, aka Mr. Sublime, and I hope that you guys learned something. I hope this was educational, informative. Please comment, like, share, follow me, tell your friends for me, okay? And just remember that when you're going down the highway and you're doing 55, you're also doing 54. Think about it. When you figure it out, you'll be a better person. Till tomorrow, y'all. Peace.